Well, nail-biting finish nonetheless, but Leafs lose 2-1 to the Montreal Canadiens, and the Montreal Canadiens keep their perfect record, except for the one overtime loss. But you know what? Whatever. So the Leafs drop now to 2-3-3 on the season. They played pretty well, in my opinion. You know, they played a very good two-way game. Obviously had 38 shots on net against the Montreal Canadiens, a pretty good defensive team. So it's tough to score on them. Obviously, with Carey Price in the net, you know you're not going to get a lot of chances. Alex Galchenyuk scores in the second period to make it 1-0. Early in the third, less than 5 minutes in, though, Nazem Kadri ties it up on the power play, assisted by William Nylander and Jake Gardiner. So Willie continues his point going live, but 3 minutes later, Shea Weber gives Montreal the lead, and that is all she wrote. Oh well, the Montreal Canadiens beat the rebuilding Toronto Maple Leafs. Whoa, no way. Did we expect to win the game? No, not really. Did we look good? Yeah, the boys look pretty darn good today. You know, Jake Gardiner, obviously, like I said, got that one assist. That's his 5th point on the year. Nazem Kadri with the goal. He's looking pretty darn good this season. I have no problems with Naz this year. You know, he's looked pretty darn good. He's got 6 points in 8 games. Not too shabby at all. William Nylander, obviously, with his assist, ties Austin Matthews with 10 points in 8 games. So, a lot of people look good. You know, heard a lot of JVR. Saw a lot of Austin Matthews as usual. Morgan Rielly was pretty good today. It is what it is. A team that's contending for this cup against a team that's eventually going to be battling for a cup. Not right now. We're a building team, and that's what we're doing. And we're building pretty darn good too. The team's looking pretty good. They're overall playing well. Freddie Anderson has looked a lot better over his last 2 games. He looked pretty darn good today. 2 goals on 31 shots, so that'll help his stats. For all you stats people out there that have been saying his numbers are garbage, tonight's game will help that. Like we say, it is what it is. A rebuilding team loses a tough game against a good team. It's really all we can say. You know, Montreal played a good game defensively, as they always do. They have a dynamo in net, and they come up with a couple goals. That's really all they ever score is a couple goals. So that's why in the playoffs, when they only get a couple goals, usually it doesn't hold because they're playing against a great team that can find a way to beat Carey Price a little bit more than a couple goals. So, it is what it is. Leafs lost. Nothing we can really do on it. They don't get a winning streak started, but it's still early. It's still early. 2-3-3 on the year. Their eighth game of the year. 8 games out of 82. We got a lot of hockey to play. We've seen a lot of different things, obviously, over the past little while. You know, this was kind of like the first game where one of the first games that the rookies didn't take over. You know, they were there. They looked good. They didn't take over. Nazem Kadri scored the goal. Obviously, William Nylander had the assist, but Kadri scored. And, you know, we've been seeing a lot of Mitch Marner with crazy games. William Nylander with a couple goals in a game. Matthews, obviously, with a 4-goal game, and then a couple times with a goal. You know, tonight we didn't see that. Marner didn't get a point. Nylander obviously had the assist. Matthews didn't get a point. You know, it was kind of one of those weird games that we haven't seen yet this year, but we're going to have to get used to it because it's going to happen. So, without further ado, we're going to move on because why else do you want to talk about that game? It was a rough one. But right back at it for the Leafs, though. They don't stop. They play tomorrow night, 6 o'clock, against the New York Islanders. All right, so at the Barclays Center. God, it's so different not saying at Long Island. It's weird not saying that anymore. Jonas Enroth is expected to start. Obviously, with the back-to-back, you expect him to get the nod. But the way Freddie Anderson's playing, maybe you want to run the hot goalie, right? Because you know, after the game tomorrow. Wait, no way. Oh no, man, I got my days all kinds of mixed up. So tomorrow's the 30th. Yes, they play on the Sunday, and then the Monday. There's no games. There are no games on Halloween. That is very different. Usually we see some games, but not this year. So the Leafs have a day off. You might see Freddie Anderson. I don't know. It's going to be very interesting to see who gets the start tomorrow night. It most likely will be Enroth, but we don't know. So, not really much else to say. Just a tough game overall. The guys look good. Lots of scoring chances. Just couldn't find the back of the net against a very good goalie. It takes development. It takes, a lot of numbers. It takes a lot of, what do I say, training, more or less, scouting the goalies, kind of like knowing as a player how goalies play. And it'll just take time for these guys to learn. They look good, though, overall. That's all we can really say. So that's going to do it for this video, guys. It's a short one, I know. But really, what else can we really talk about the game? Kadri had a goal, great. Nylander with an assist, great. Gardner with an assist, wow, great. Yeah, Anderson played well. What really else is there to talk about other than it was a tough loss? So that's going to do it for this video. If you guys liked the video, hit that like button. If you guys really enjoyed the video, hey, hit that subscribe button. I really do appreciate that. Comment down below what you guys thought of the game today. Like I usually say, who impressed you? Who looked good in your standpoint? Who looked shaky though? Who could be pulled out for Frankie Corrado? Maybe, maybe because he's been sitting a while. Maybe he can get a time. But who's going to be coming out? Let me know in the comments, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night. We're going to be in a different area. We're going to be at Evan's place again. If you haven't noticed, we have the podcast going up on SoundCloud. So hit that up. We'll be doing another episode hopefully tomorrow. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow night post-game. Islanders, Leafs. We'll see you then.